Hey sailors, welcome to the crew. I'm Sea Lord Jenda, and this is my Let's Play of Rule the Waves 3 as the United States. We are now at peace after a long and ultimately victorious war with Britain, and we are continuing to build up towards our sort of ideal capital ship force of 10 battleships, 6 battle cruisers. We're going to, after that, refit our whole heavy and light cruiser force, and we're taking our first tentative steps into the field of naval aviation with our first light carrier conversion beginning last episode, although we're not ready to build full-sized carriers just yet. It won't be long, though. Not selling this to Japan, because... Don't stop reminding me about that, yeah. Water wall furnace, 1% weight saving. Struggling with counterflooding. Enhanced pressure bottle for torpedoes. Torpedoes are now at... It's another 100,000 yards of range. They are... Well, compared to the original torpedoes, they have literally almost we're closing in on 10 times the range at a higher speed. They've improved a lot. French fighter, Brigade 44. It's got 2 firepower. Exciting. Combat radius of 51 nautical miles. We are struggling with purpose-built aircraft carriers. That's a shame. I'd like some of those, thanks. Oh, did I ever put this back? Oh, it is back to high. Okay, good. Oh, no, wait, this isn't. Put it back. There we go. I forgot after I actually got San Diego finished to put that back to high. Oh, great. Oh, well, we have advanced directors now, yeah. HA rangefinder. HAA effectiveness. That's heavy A effectiveness. Okay. We're going to have to pause Yorktown again. This happens because I'm pushing the budget too much, but that's fine. The Battlecruiser Ranger has been implicated in a scandal with copious amounts of champagne and an admiral's daughter. Well, I literally don't know anything about him, so I'm going to cashier him. Bye. We got some scandalous officers in the fleet in peacetime. Apparently we need a good war to keep their attentions off of screwing admirals' daughters. Indiana and Georgia are rebuilt. Fantastic. The Minnesotas are about to be finished, and our budget is working again. So, Delaware, rebuild. Oh man, I really want to put our guns in turrets while we're at it, but that adds a lot to the cost. But how much does it add to the cost if I do this? Not that much. Okay. If I don't have to do this, if I don't have to do the main guns, then the net cost is still a lot less because it still only takes 3 months. It's just a slightly more expensive 3 months than before. And the Oregons are going to have the exact same problems. And again, it's only 3 months, so we can just power through that and get them both rebuilt real quick here. Alright, that'll be the whole battleship force rebuilt as soon as those 3 are done. Well, there is North Carolina. I'll probably give North Carolina a super brief refit to just put on Improved Director, but I'm not going to spend any more than that on her, because I am planning to decommission her as soon as we can get a proper replacement. 1% weight saving, advanced design calculations. And we have finished the battleship USS Washington of the Minnesota class. Is the other one even called Minnesota? Oh, yeah, she is. Well, she beat her sister ship. That's the lead ship. But yes, almost a 40,000-ton battleship, but she's got a 14-inch belt, a 3-inch deck, and she's got 10 16-inch guns in 2 twin and 2 triple turrets. She is easily the most powerful battleship that we've built. I would say she's probably the most powerful in service right now. Britain has built some fancy things, such as these with 12 15-inch guns, but we've got them beat on caliber and in secondary armament and in armor. France has Normandy here, which has a slightly heavier armament, but we've gotten them heavily beaten on armor, I suspect. So, although they had almost as much deck from when we stole their designs, which is interesting. Italy is falling way behind in Dreadnought technology, huh? In fact, they only have 2 Dreadnoughts still. That's a real shame for them. Obviously, Spain and Austria-Hungary. Hey, Austria finally built an actual Dreadnought that looks like a normal battleship mostly, though. I'm so proud of them. After they started with these things. Okay, so that's rebuilding. Let's get North Carolina sorted out with improved director. We toss a secondary director on, but I'm not going to do all the replacement stuff. And we'll finish Minnesota this turn. Fantastic. A technology sharing agreement with Austria-Hungary. I'm going to say never, because frankly, I don't think they have any tech they can help me with. Improved ballistic cap, AP penetration, convoy system, reduction of merchant losses to submarines. Fantastic. We have 20-inch guns now. I'm not going to use those, I don't think. We'll see what happens in 1950. But okay, Lockheed's developed the Lockheed Lodestar. Okay, see, now this is promising, actually. Let's see, same speed, higher range by a considerable margin, more maneuverability, more toughness. Yes, I actually will approve development of the Lockheed Lodestar. Good job, Lockheed. Now just don't monopolize the world's fighter market, and we'll be all good, yeah? Okay, we have a lot of money. Rebuild the Saratogas. Improved director. Oh, I didn't put a 3rd fire control position. I can't put a 3rd fire control position on. Actually has turrets already. Secondary director. Ooh, could have improved main guns. I'm going to go for it because I think the Saratogas also will stick around for a long time. I'm trying to decide if I don't think it's worth it. Alright, that's going to take a minute and be expensive, but worth it. Oh, we're about to finish all those other rebuilds, so yeah, let's put Lexington in for... No, I can't. I know that. Ooh. Ooh, her secondary armament, though. I'm going to replace her soon, though, hopefully, so I'm not going to do anything elaborate. Well, how much would it cost to... It would be a little bit expensive to do that. I mean, it would significantly increase the cost per month, but it would still only be a 3-month rebuild, so I'm going to do that because I think that's a much better... Much better... Oh, what? No. It's not a BB. Thank you very much. Ooh. Forgot we have the blast effects from that stupid turret. Okay, cancel. We're going to have to keep these in casemates then. Still worth swapping to this secondary. No, it's still not a battleship. Oh, and I've exceeded the maximum allowed total of guns. still not a battleship, guys. Why would it be a battleship with 7 inches of belt armor? I think it's because 25 knots is not fast enough for a battlecruiser, in the game's opinion, but the game can stuff it. It's not fast enough for a battlecruiser, but until we get a replacement, it's going to have to be. Okay, most of our rebuilds are either done or scheduled. The only new ships we've got on the stocks are the Constellations. Both Minnesotas are in service. Yeah, with both Minnesotas in service, I'm going to go ahead and scrap the California class. And although realistically the U.S. would never do this, considering the Panama Canal exists, I'm probably just going to keep our whole fleet concentrated on the East Coast for now. Well, yeah, I'll just keep it all concentrated on the East Coast, except for like maybe a couple cruisers, and I'll disperse it when I think a war might actually start, as necessary. I mean, our main fleet's going to be in the Atlantic, probably except in case of a war with Japan, which is a thing that could happen for sure, but doesn't seem imminent, obviously. Do I bother rebuilding the heavy cruisers? Probably not, honestly. I am going to rebuild the Tacomas with just the improved director. Which is very simple. Alright. And then as soon as, well, in fact, we've already got money freed up and a lot in theory. I do want at least like probably we're gonna need like 8 of these, but I guess we'll start with 2 so that we don't bankrupt ourselves instantly. Okay, reconstruction working up. Treaty with Germany. Funnily enough, now might be an interesting time to sign an arms treaty, because I think I have an advantage if we did. I don't think anybody has a better battleship fleet than me. People have better battle cruiser fleets, but not individually much better battle cruisers either. You know what? Sure, we can sign a treaty with Germany. Why not? I'm pretty sure, our only other alliance is with Austria-Hungary, and it's going to lapse soon, so... Oh boy, that took a big chunk out of our budget, though. At least Congress is rebuilt. Minnesota's working up. We're really bankrupt. I'm not going to delay the Constellations any further if I can help it, so we'll delay the Brooklyns instead. All the Tacomas are rebuilt. Gunnery competition. Sure. This will cause us to be bankrupt. Louisville wins the President's Cup. Well done. Ah, the Martin has built an improved version of the Martin Mars. It has a slight range increase. Fantastic. Love range. Oh, we're completely, hopelessly bankrupt. All right. We're going to need to... That gunnery competition was really expensive, Mr. President. Really, really expensive. Still struggling with the purpose-built aircraft carrier, which is all right for now, but a shame. The really expensive Saratoga rebuilds are about to be finished, and then we can really get going in earnest with that was a pretty good thing, actually. I'm gonna not. Alright, the Lockheed Lodestar is... No, it can do for some years more because I literally don't care. I'm going to decommission that seaplane carrier pretty much immediately, honestly. I just needed it to serve as a experimental test bed, basically. Now that we have San Diego, she is useless as far as I'm concerned. Saratoga is rebuilt. Fantastic. Germany and Britain's treaty has lapsed. Britain has a new torpedo bomber that's faster than ours. What a shame. Alright, so we got 10 battleships in service. I would like probably one more Minnesota class in order to replace North Carolina. We can't exactly actually afford it right now, but as soon as there's some space in the budget, that's what I'm going to build. And then probably 2 more Constellations to get us to 6 battlecruisers plus replace Conquerors. And then after that, for a little while at least, all of our funding will go into the cruiser branch, or the destroyer branch. Uprising in China. Strong force. Safeguard our interests. Close to mastering above water torpedo tubes. On all ships. Not that I would put them... I'm pretty sure we have them on cruisers, or light cruisers at least. I would not put them on anything bigger than that. The risk of causing an explosion, or... yeah. Even Japan, I don't think, was ever crazy enough to do it on anything bigger than a... I don't think they even did it on a heavy cruiser. Maybe I'm wrong about that. But I'm pretty confident they never did it on a capital ship at the very least. Improved depth charge racks. ASW. Struggling with shell dies. That's a shame. I love shell dies. They, for those of you who don't know, they make your shells multicolored so that you can tell which ship is shooting where more accurately when you're firing all together at the same target. Internal upheaval in Iceland. We should push for an international force. Russia has had to not take over Iceland. Okay, above water torpedo mounts on all ships. 3 months. Next month we should be able to lay down a Minnesota. Oh, well, that's going to be problematic though. Maybe not next month then. Oh, fantastic. Windfall and tax revenues. Build some railroads. As though the U.S. needs more long-term budget. That's going to be at least 3 months. How much does every Minnesota cost? I'm bad at math, but I'm pretty sure that's going to be... well, but we have a slight surplus currently, so... New Jersey, huh? Alright, New Jersey it is. Yeah, our treaty with Austria-Hungary expired. 1% weight saving on hull from improved calculations. 20mm cannon, better light AA. Soon we're going to have to really think about putting AA on our ships. It's not actually that relevant yet. But if we don't have it by like 1930, then that's going to be a problem. New docks. Our first Constellation-class battlecruiser will be finished next month. Overweight. Eh. Well, it could be worse. At least it's not too slow. 36,300 tons, 8 16-inch guns, 25-inch guns, makes 28 knots. 12-inch belt, 2.5-inch deck, which literally like one construction generation ago would have been battleship armor, is actually still better than the armor the AI is giving most of its battleships. This is a very formidable battlecruiser, even more so than the Saratogas, which are themselves quite formidable still. We are finally really settling into the Dreadnought era. So I said one Minnesota to replace that. I know everybody else is getting slightly more than 10 battleships, but I'm content to get 10 good battleships for now. And if Britain has 15, we will just beat them ship to ship in a war. I need to prioritize getting a properly functional cruiser fleet. Okay, it is hilarious to me that the AI just has no heavy cruisers. There are 4, 5, 7 heavy cruisers in the entire world that aren't in my fleet. Guys, they do still have a purpose. I know they're not as good as battle cruisers, but like you can build a lot more of them than you can battle cruisers. Apparently, they don't feel that way. Oh my god, Rear Admiral Leslie, how well connected are you? I should cashier you or something, honestly. Close to synthetic fire control computer and motor torpedo boats. The first thing is good, the second thing is irrelevant to us, really. Okay, our budget is good, our funding is good. I said 2 more constellations, right? We're going to start building. Constitution. Why would we name a ship that? Considering the heritage ship we have? I don't know, but I love the name, so we're going to go with it. Should I design a new class instead of building more Minnesota and constellations? Objectively, maybe, but, eh. Okay, motor torpedo boats. Better 15-inch guns. Kind of already moved on to 16-inch guns, though. Shame. I like 15-inch guns, just because of their historical usage, but, yeah, we skipped them fully in our campaign here, essentially. Yes, yes, yes. The delays are acceptable. Magazine box protection. Excellent. Depth charge throwers. Struggling with the 40mm automatic cannon, though. Is everything... more stuff be in reserve here. Lexington should go back into reserve, and so should North Carolina. I don't really have anything mothballed, but I don't have anything ancient enough to be mothballed anymore, you know? I mean, to be fair, North Carolina is 10 years old now, but she's still not, like, hopeless. And the Oregons, which are almost 10 years old, are still pretty solid compared to a lot of the ships in the world. Oh, it's January 1920. I think I caught that by chance. Save that for the, Okay, that's gonna break the game, apparently. There we go. Save that for when I make the 1920 special. And we're just going to play a couple more minutes here. Improved power trading and elevation. Finally, the rate of fire for those guns below 8 inches in turrets is gone. Stop reminding me about that. I'm not going to commission more floatplane scouts. Is there anything else I can build? Naval patrol aircraft. I'm just going to stick to fighters and torpedo bombers, probably. In fact, I'm kind of tempted to literally just decommission. I'm going to put speed in mothballs at the very least. I'm probably just going to decommission her pretty soon. She's not really useful anymore. San Diego is also not that useful, but I can't, unless I missed a research thing. Yeah. All we can do is conversions to CVL. We have to get somebody to get that, we have to get that purpose-built aircraft carriers thing to finally proc before we, can actually build dedicated ones. But I'm not going to convert a bunch more ships. They're not going to be good. Okay, Delaware. I take it they have an officer with, like, the music lover trait or something. Oh, fantastic. We can build our own purpose-built CVLs now. Let me see. Is Yes, he's a music lover. And a poor ship handler. That's nice, Captain. Maybe, you know, figure out how to handle a ship? No? Probably not. Alright, Yorktown is commissioned. Apparently it's not going to be an aircraft carrier in this world, but that's alright. Italy is seeking improved relations with us. You know, I don't... Well, actually, tension with France, though. I'm kind of happy to fight France, so sure. Advanced superheater, weight-saving machinery. Shell dies. Fantastic. Russia and France. Well, I'd fight either of them, although actually there's not really much to take from Russia. I guess we would deploy forces to the North Pacific and try to take, well, and to here, and we'd try to take like Sakhalin and Kamchatka, and maybe Hainan. But once we've taken those, we don't really have uses for anything else. I mean, it could be a worthwhile little war. I mean, we would dominate them, I think. I mean, their heavy forces are actually larger than ours, theoretically, but I don't have a lot of faith in these things to actually be effective modern dreadnoughts. They do have these. These are pretty solid. So it's not like they're helpless. And they have these Kinburn class, which are... They're going to blow their own bridge off, as usual, but they're not terrible, but they're a little slow. I'm pretty confident we would crush Russia in a war, to be honest. They're not completely hopeless, but I'm pretty confident we would crush them. Okay, construction-wise, that's going to be our 6th battlecruiser. We have money. I'm going to lay down one last Constellation class. Apparently it's an older design now, which is a bad sign, but I really don't think anything... Independence or United States? Let's call her Independence. That'll be our last capital ship for a good while, barring losses of some sort. And we'll decommission North Carolina and Congress. And then nobody else has a carrier yet, huh? In fact, I have some of the most naval aircraft in the world. Although everyone else has apparently gone hard. France has 176 operational airships, but only 5 aircraft. We'll see how that works out for them. Something tells me not. Britain is now spending way more than me again, and has more fleet tonnage by a good margin again. Wow, Germany has more tonnage than me. That's something. I don't really have any cause to fight Germany, though. I mean, they have literally no possessions anywhere that I'd be interested in. I guess I could expand into Africa, but I don't really want to. If anything, we're natural allies against Britain or Russia or France. Yeah, so once these 3 are finished, then it's all in on rebuilding the expanding, replacing the whole cruiser force. Which will take a few years, less time than it took to replace the proper force. What? No, the opposite. France. Tension with Russia is getting pretty high, which is fine, as I said. Honestly, we're pretty prepared for a war, really, if it comes down to it. We have a battlecruiser arm now. We have 4 modern battlecruisers with Saratoga and Constellations, which can probably both destroy anything the Russian battlecruiser force has. We have at least a good 9 proper battleships, including 6 of the 2nd and 3rd generation dreadnoughts. We're in a good place. We could fight a war if need be. The docks thing's getting a little over the top. Like, we're not going to need bigger docks than 49,000 tons for a little while, probably. Although, keeping in mind this game goes to 1970, we're probably going to need like 100,000-ton supercarrier type docks at some point, so it's not entirely crazy. I'm just going to keep building them. Better safe than sorry. Because it's really annoying if you want to build a ship that would use them and you can't. If you want peace, arm for war, spend more on the Navy. Battery capacity, 5% submarine reliability. Close to mastering the aircraft catapult. Oh, wow, tension with Russia. Really getting up there. Yeah, well. I'll play till January of 21 or until the war with Russia starts. Political murder in the Balkans. Well, I demand that the guilty be brought to justice. Reduced dud rate. Am I Germany right now? Starting a war with Serbia to... Yep, okay. I'm Kaiser Wilhelm... no, I'll never be Kaiser Wilhelm II. Okay. Well, we're starting a war with Russia for some damn fool thing in the Balkans, so there's that. Nothing wrong with a little war with Russia. Okay, we have a significant positive budget again. I'm just going to use it to lay down... I know I said cruisers, but actually I think I'm going to lay down more good destroyers first. How many Dreadnoughts do we have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, huh? I think we can probably... I can't... Let me see. Got anything good in destroyer tech? Lately, I mean. Quad mounts. That's pretty decent. Okay. We'll design a new 1,500-ton destroyer then. How much? 3 4-inch and 2 3-inch guns is what our current destroyers have. Bearing that in mind. And 3 triple torpedo tubes. You know, they're really not bad. If I can't design something clearly better, I'll just probably go with the existing class, honestly. Couple of quad mount. Yeah, this is not clearly better, to tell you the truth. I mean, despite the advent of quad mounts, I'm not convinced our existing class is actually... I mean, the Lawrence class here is actually obsolete, so... I think I'm just going to build more Lawrences. Even if they are a little old, but... 12 takes us slightly into the negative, but not too badly, even. I mean, we never really built that many of these. We only have 8 by my count there. 9? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, 10. 10. We have 10. Okay. And all these 5 and 600 and even the 700-ton destroyers are really pretty obsolete now compared to what we can be building. I mean, these only do 24 knots, some of them. They're basically hopeless. This is probably why our destroyer fleet's so much bigger than everybody else's now, huh? By number. Yeah, based on what everybody else has got, I wonder if it wouldn't be more reasonable to just target 50 big new destroyers. Probably. I'm just going to decommission the first 10 Dreadnoughts now. And we'll replace the last 2 Dreadnoughts plus 8 Cummings, or 10 Cummings with the new ships. Okay. There's been a rebellion in Senegal. We should support the rebels to create trouble for France. Oh, we can convert full-sized carriers. Okay, fantastic. Actually, not entirely fantastic. It's a real shame I just recently decommissioned the last pre-Dreadnoughts we had. because I don't really have anything suitable for converting into a full-size carrier. Maybe, actually, either North Carolina or more likely Congress because of their speed. Those two could be suitable for converting into our first full-sized carriers in 2 years' time when the replacements are completed. Japan-Italy alliance is expired, not selling tech. Hey, Germany, feel free to take a hard line against Russia, eh? Ah, aircraft catapult. Oh, that's kind of important to build a proper carrier, honestly. How old are our aircraft designs? They're kind of, well, they're not actually that old now. I mean, this is a 1919 design. They're not bad. Should probably turn up intel on them if I'm going to consider a war with them. Yeah, just reevaluate my intel priorities there. These are pretty much the 4 that I might consider a war with. Italy seeks improved tensions with us due to rising. Yes, again. The president wants to improve relations with Russia by making compromises. Our national pride demands we take a hard line. Oh, Germany will support you whatever comes. If there's war with France too, so be it. Increased elevation, so longer range, effectively. Struggling with transverse arrestor wires. Full-scale rebellion in Senegal. And war is broken out between Germany and Russia. Germany calls on us to honor our alliance and join them in war against Russia. According to Clause 5C, we're not obliged to... No, of course. It's a matter of honor to fulfill our obligations to our German allies. And I want to crush Russia. So, the USA and Russia are now at a state of war. Oh, but France crushed the rebels in Senegal. And immediately the Russian destroyer, the Etelny, and the German destroyer G-39 have been sunk. And Germany adds victory points, and we're at war with Russia. I suspect there's a pretty high chance France could get involved in this war, which is A-okay with me. If they do, we can annex the Antilles very easily, and it will give us a good chance to maybe try to take more territories in the Far East. I'm going to leave off there for today, but next time we will be redeploying our fleet mostly to Northeast and Southeast Asia, and I guess the Northern Pacific. And we're going to go... Russia is going to have most of its fleet in Northern Europe to fight Germany, or the Baltic, to fight Germany by necessity. We should actually have a pretty easy time of just yoinking a lot of Russian territory in Asia. We might even send a task force over. If the Russians keep their whole fleet there, we might even consider sending a task force over to the Baltic to help Germany out, just basically out of making the war more interesting, because it doesn't really matter to us whether Germany wins or loses, honestly, but just to help them out. And, you know, if we lose some ships, it's a game and not real life, so might as well get some interest in it. We'll see how the opening phases go. We probably won't do that until we have them pretty beaten down in Asia, at least. Anyway, for now, thank you everyone for watching. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and have a nice day.